My people, yawa don gas, double wahala. Make una listen to wetin the CBN governor talk. He said the people wey dey think say he go extend the deadline wey he give, make everybody tell return the old naira note when they go keep, when they go hide. You know that a joke, oh, no going back, my brother. Now the change all they wait for me this. But could I go return all the old note when I go bury for my backyard? When I pack them come out.
He says reports suggest that many people want the deadline to be shifted for reasons ranging from their inability to gain access to the new notes or deposit their old currencies. I must say here that unfortunately I don't have good news for those who feel that we should shift the deadline. My apologies. The reason is because, just like the president had said on more than 2 occasions, and even to people privately, that for us 90 days, in fact, we feel is 100 days is enough for anybody who has money or the old currency to deposit it, the money in the banks. And we took every measure to ensure that all the banks were open or remain still open to receive all old currencies. 100 days, we believe, is more than adequate. We called on the banks. We said, not only are we requesting you to extend your banking hours so that you can receive old currencies, but we're also asking you to keep your doors open on Saturdays. Ladies and gentlemen, the banks did not have any reason to even keep their banking halls open on Saturdays. Neither did they see the kind of rush that they anticipated. Well, there were normal people who came in to deposit money into the banks, and maybe in the course of time, I'll also give you details about how much had come in. So we do not see any reason to begin to talk about a shift because people could not deposit their old monies into their banks. Now, about the circulation of the new currencies, we said to ourselves, the currencies are available. We hold at least 3 meetings every week with the banks. Banks were paying more of their money, more of the new currencies over the counter to their priority customers, rather than giving it to even some of the weak and small customers, or those who can call the vulnerable customers. We mandated them. We said, no, from now on, don't make any payment of new notes over your counter, which gives the opportunity for you to give in to your friends. Paid all new notes into your ATM. The ATM is a robot. Everybody queues. And then you take, whether it's 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 that is programmed, everybody collects. That has worked. At the initial stages, yes, because some may say that they were collecting new old notes from the ATMs. At the initial stages, we told the banks, just feed your machines in the morning with the new notes. When it finishes, so that people don't complain that they don't have currency, put old notes, right, so that you can continue to serve your customers. Then about a week or a week and a half ago, we changed tactics and said, okay, now, do not put old notes again. Put only new notes. And we increase the volume of disbursement of new notes to them. Put only new notes, because at some point we started also to tell the banks that, look, reduce the volume of old notes in your vault by a certain percentage, because by the 31st of January we want to have 0 old notes in your vault. Or maybe at worst, what you will find is that because they will collect old notes on the 31st, we can say on the 1st you should have 0 old notes in your vaults. Those are the things we did. So we felt, put only new notes in your ATMs. If it finishes, everybody wait. The following day, put new notes again. And that is what is currently running. Our officials have gone around, even our press people have gone out to say, look, there is, I'll use the word adequate quantity of new notes available. But let's all know that it is a process of increasing. But are we producing? Our mint is producing, and we are supplying to the banks, and so it will continue to circulate into the system. I held a meeting with the Nigerian Governors Forum about, and some of them raised issues about, they are in the riverine areas. There are no banks in some of those riverine areas. Even in the non-riverine areas, there are some areas where there are no banks. We also heard from governors from Borno and Yobe State, and we told them that, look, we have 1.4 million touch points of our super agents. Those agents are going to be available to conduct cash exchanges. Let's not forget, the super agents are like kiosks, shops, stores in your community. So whether it's a riverine or upland area, they are there, they are selling sweets, they are selling cola nuts, but they have been appointed as agents that will do cash exchange and cash swap for you. These we have put in place. About a week and a half ago, we told our directors in CBN, assistant directors, deputy directors, and directors, now begin a mass sensitization and mobilization. When you get to the state capital where we have CBN, meet all the staff of the branch, call the banks in your community, in your area, and all of you go out on sensitization in churches, in markets, and in mosques. That had continued, and it will continue even after the 31st of January. We now also moved it further down. We said, listen, in areas that we say are riverine areas, now that our agents are ready, collect cash from the CBN, give them to those agents, they are appointed agents, and their names and details are available. We'll put them on our website, and we can put them on social media or any platform for people to see where they are. So at this time, our own staff, our directors, assistant directors, deputy directors, this is running into the second to the third week that they have been out on mobilization. And we have seen them on TV, people have seen them, and money is going down and is circulating to the lower rungs of the area, of the our community. I'll give a few examples. We have some information and video, and after this program, those of you who want to stay behind can see the videos about our staff and agents, how they are doing cash swap in our communities. In areas like Baga, right, Monguno, Ran on the Lake Chad River basins, in Gala, Banki, Kirawa, Ngoshe, on the borders of Cameroon, Gwoza, Bama, Chibok, Damboa, Izge, Lassa, Askira, and Polka. All these are areas around the Sambisa. Our agents and our staff are all there, conducting cash swap and cash exchange, old to new currencies. So we believe that even before the 31st, all the noise of people, I saw some is it a tweet by someone who said, somewhere in Yobe, another one somewhere in Meduguri, that they can't, they have old notes, now they can't buy food again, they are dying or they are crying. Ladies and gentlemen, those who did those tweets, they know who they are. It is not the vulnerable and weak people that cannot write English that are doing this. Those who are doing them, they know themselves, and they know the purpose for which they are doing that. Like I keep saying, we will not go with them in that journey. We remain focused on the weak. We remain focused on the vulnerable in Nigeria. We will do everything, even after the 31st, to make sure that we are available to serve them, making sure that this new naira permeates every nook and cranny of the country. So that was why I said I don't have good news for those who want the date to be changed. I think this covers the third and the fourth, still on naira design. Vols. When we did before we came on with the new naira design, we said that in 2015, currency in circulation was 1.42 trillion naira. In 2022, currency in circulation had grown to 3.23 trillion naira, more than double, ladies and gentlemen. Out of the 3.2 trillion, about 1.7 was outside the vaults of banks. This has made the efficacy of monetary policy to be difficult for monetary policy committees, because what you would have expected is that when currency is issued, it will circulate. After some time, the old and worn out ones will be returned back to CBN. So if the old and worn out notes were returned back to CBN, there is no reason why currency in circulation will grow from 1.4 trillion to 3.23 trillion in 7 years. People are hoarding it. People are keeping vaults in their homes. We cannot allow them to be banks in their homes. They don't have the license to build bank vaults in their homes. They should release that money back to CBN, because what they are doing is that they are undermining monetary policy. They are keeping those monies to speculate against our currency, and it is making our work difficult in CBN. That for us in CBN, I use the word, is our own selfish interest. Other interest, yes. Is it they said those who are doing who are holding ransom, right? Ransom taking or kidnapping. Oh no, I don't want to talk about that, please. So that is helping. And truly speaking, I'd imagine that, I mean, I may be wrong, maybe I'll be corrected. I think kidnapping and ransom taking are somehow reduced. Security agents are doing a fantastic job, but I think that it has slowed those people down, because they know that if they collect old notes, it's not going to help them. So they might as well think of other ways. So that's what I'm saying. So, how much? By last week, we had seen close about between 1.3 to 1.5 trillion in. Okay? We are hoping that as we get into this week, we'll move closer to 2 trillion. If we get 2 trillion in, and those who decide to keep it involved, decide to keep it in their homes, I'm not going to force them to bring it out, because they've been waiting. And I don't know what next I'm going to do to beg them to bring it. So if they don't bring it, then I don't know what will happen. I mean, I know what will happen, but 31st of January, it will be useless in their hands. So I can only just beg them to please bring it. We will take it before 31st, on or before 31st. Bring it. Nobody is going to harass you. If you are afraid of being harassed, trust me, we have begged the FCC, we have begged the ICPC, they should please allow us do our work so that people can bring money in. So we are begging them to bring it in. Nothing would happen to you.